Hi guys and welcome back to another album review. Today I'm going through Yungblud's second album, arguably his most famous and popular release today. It's called Weird and it's a word that very well describes Yungblud. I think it shows that he's quite a self-aware artist and embraces the bad to use as the good. This is my favourite album that he's put out. It's not my favourite project of his, we'll get onto that in a later video. I think this is his best whole album and it's got his most impressive songs that he's released yet. I'm just going to go through the track list and give you my thoughts to it. As I said before, I'm a massive Yungblud fan and I'm going to try and go into this as non-biased as I can. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Let's get into the album. Okay, so in at number one, we've got Teresa. Now, this for me, when I think of Yungblud's most impressive vocals, Teresa is definitely one that first comes to mind. I love this song. I think it's amazing. It's got that build up to like a crescendo point that a lot of amazing songs have. So when a song builds up and it feels like it pays off, this for me is just incredible. And the fact that this and Freak Show, which is the finale song in the album, they're very different, but they've got some similar qualities. I just think it wraps up the album and starts it really, really well. Definitely one of my favourite of his vocal performances and definitely a highlight for me on this album. Great fucking song. In at number two, we've got Cotton Candy. Now, this for Yungblud, even though, yes, it was a successful song, because he has got that punk and alternative look and attitude, this sort of song feels like it does a bit of an injustice towards him. So having a very like 80s synth pop, mainstream sounding song when you're this punk, fuck the ordinary type, it's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it? So it kind of makes him look like he's not what he puts across. But if we're going in terms of mainstream pop, I think this is towards the top of what you're going to get. And like I say, sometimes you have to put out a song that's going to do well and appeal to more people, and then that will get you involved. So, classic example, I like Cotton Candy a lot more when I first got into him than I do now, which shows it does its job, isn't it? It gets you in and then you find the better songs. I do like this song, but I feel like this is what attracts quite a bit of hate towards him. Number three, we've got Strawberry Lipstick. Now, for me, this is my definition of modern punk. It's got the similar qualities that the Sex Pistols back in the 70s had. You know, it's got attitude, it's got sex, it's got everything. It's a fucking great song. It's hype, amazing live. 1, 2, 3, jump, 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 jump. A highlight for me for Yungblud's discography. Like, I think this is one of his best songs and definitely one of his best like alternative songs. Okay, Mars. Now for me, this is one of Yungblud's best singles, and in terms of his fans, this is very well known. Everyone knows Mars, don't they? Is there any life on Mars? 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 It's just an incredible song. The emotion in it when he starts like screaming, like not the typical like "Roar" scream that you would expect. Is there any life on Mars? Yeah, yeah. Is there any life on Mars? Is there any life on Mars? Is there any life on Mars? Like his vocals on it, he does proper let them out. It's fucking amazing. But yes, I might have listened to it a few too many times, and there are times where I listen to it more than others. Overall, I fucking love this song. Okay, Super Dead Friends, straight away, this is the low light for me on the album. As much as I love the weird way it sounds, and I do like that sort of heavier Yungblud sound, for me this sounds really mushy. It's not like crisply produced. You'd be forgiven if you didn't understand a fucking word he's saying. But I still like it, even though for me it is a skippable one. I do still enjoy it, but for me it is one of my least favourite Yungblud songs. Okay, Love Song. Now this song for me is just, it's beautiful, and you see it and you're just like, this song will be about love and very typical like I love you song, but no, it's a question a lot more about how can you invest time and love someone when you don't even love yourself. And it's proper hard hitting, it's very well written, and I think it's one of Yungblud's best softer songs. I would take it over songs like even later releases, so like Sweet Heroine and stuff like that. I would take this song over. Love it. God Save Me, Don't Drown Me Out. Now this for me is a top contender for one of my favourite songs of all time. This song is exactly what the music video says it is. It's for those people lying awake at 4 o'clock in the morning, feel like they're just not wanted. This song for me, it just holds so much fucking meaning. I listen to music purely because it sounds good, but there's some songs that do just connect with you, and this for me, when people say what's your favourite song, this song is the first that comes to mind, even though there's a few other contenders for that. Ice Cream Man, same position as Super Dev Friends. I like it. I'd be more likely to listen to this one than Super Dev Friends, but for me it's a very, very skippable one. Yeah, it's Yungblud. I enjoy it. Weird. This one for me, I have mixed emotions with. I like it. I like the drums on it. I think it's a very typical pop punk song.
Come on, hold my hand, hold it tight.
Because this is the same name as the album title, it's a lot more about like life rather than yourself. I'd expect, because this album's so much about like, again, self-acceptance, just being okay with, yeah, you're weird, sick. I'd expect this song to have a lot more meaning to him, like you hearing about Yungblud and how he views himself and how the world views him, rather than just like, yeah, we're in COVID, it's a bit weird, isn't it? But I enjoy it. Charity, now this for me is a mashup of two very famous British acts. For me, the opening and the chorus proper sounds like Oasis. They're like, tonight, my mother said that like, it proper reminds me of that typical Oasis sound. And then when it goes on to the verses, it reminds me of Blur. Like, it's that proper mashup of those two styles, which I love. Even though for me it's not one of my top favourites on the album, I do really like those blends of styles. Considering how I love both Blur and Oasis, although I am fucking Oasis till I die, I think it makes for a great song. One of Youngblood's most underrated songs. It's Quiet in Beverly Hills. Now this, I cannot decide out of this and Love Song what I like the most. I think I like Love Song the most. They're very similar and it's just a beautiful song. It's so easy listening, it's just fantastic. Yungblud showing his voice, you genuinely cannot fucking beat it. The Freak Show. Now, for me, this is the song that features Youngblood's best ever vocal. That final vocal on this song and this album, wow, it's powerful. And the build up to it, it's just goosebumps every time. And I've listened to this album fully loads of times. I've listened to that song loads of times. This song just, it's fantastic. It feels very, very grand. It feels like a bit of a masterpiece. And if you ever get this live, fuck you. You are so lucky. I have been praying for him to play this song live and I've never seen it. I've literally never seen him do it live. So underrated, and this and Teresa are one of the best starts and ends to an album I've ever heard. I put it up there the same way that Smells Like Teen Spirit starts Nevermind by Nirvana. Those are my brief but pretty flushed out thoughts on Weird by Yungblud. Definitely my favourite album that he's ever put out. I think this is his masterpiece. It blends his styles so well, it's so diverse, and it's such a fucking fun listen. That's the thing I cannot stress about Yungblud. I know I said it about 21st Century Liability. His albums and his music is just so fun. Despite how, like, sad some of the topics might be, they're just such fun songs. Definitely go and check it out. This album for me is getting a 9 out of 10. Like I say, there are just some skippable ones on there. Overall, 9 out of 10 for me. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought of it. And make sure you give this album a listen. It's fucking worth it.